Hello, welcome to August 1823 Stitchers. That's Sally.
That's Angie.
And this is Jack. And in our previous video, this is the third time we've filmed.
Yeah.
I explained about how Jack fell and got a herniated disc in his neck, and we were separated for a week because he had bad reaction to the pain medicine and it paralyzed him, and took him a week before he could stand alone to do his business. So we were separated, and when I got him back, first thing I did was take him down to the pet store and get a harness, since he had that herniated disc in his neck. I didn't want the leash to pull on him, and he's done really well with it. But we're going to put him down now and get back to our channel of cross stitch. Last month I called it the channel of miscounted cross stitch, at least from my end. And this month I did a lot better. Even though it's small, at least I didn't have to undo. Wow. Next month it'll probably be the channel for restarted cross stitch, because I got two I got to restart.
Oh, are that you choosing to restart?
Yeah.
All right, so to give you a little more information, this is Flosstube number 15, and today is May 24th. It is the Friday of the Memorial Day weekend.
And we're on my patio.
Yes, we have returned to Angie's patio. For those that are returning, thank you for coming back. For those that are just kind of found us because you happened to be scrolling through and we popped up, thank you for watching. And if you like what you see, how about hit that like and subscribe button? We appreciate it.
Thumbs up.
And yes, thumbs up. And you can do it on your television. You just have to use your remote to move around to find what you need. We're gonna show some fully finished objects because I haven't done a lot of stitching since we filmed, and I know we filmed on May 1st, but things have happened. And but I did do some fully finishing. I don't have any
including one
finished objects. We'll do some new starts and works in progress, stash acquisition, and we'll do plans. The works in progress, that's going to be the Angie show.
And the FFOs, mostly Sallie show.
Well, you know, Angie has dubbed me the finisher. And Susie was a little upset that I wouldn't finish her bracelet for the retreat. She said, "You'll finish for Heartsful, but not me." I said, "I finished cross stitch, not threading beads." We made beaded bracelets for the Isle of Palms retreat on nice pretty rainbow stretchy cord, and Susie was upset. So I'll go ahead and get started. These are some old pieces, and I don't know what that is. You know what? I need to dye this fabric, and we're not worried about that. My frames have come from the thrift store. So this was a piece I did during the pandemic. It's a Peppermint Purple blackwork teacups. Don't look too close. Somehow they got a stain. So I think what I'll do is I'll just mix up some dye and just give it a bath. I guess you want me to just do all my finishes and
okay, I guess.
Well, and this is also a Peppermint Purple pattern. This is a free pattern, and yes, this has got glass on it. But it's and you could stitch it in any colors you wanted. And purple. I can't tell you what fabric that is. It was a purple overdyed fabric that I had in my stash. This is a Bent Creek snow globe, and again, it's got glass too. And it was in a kit, and I stitched it, and now I fully finished it, and I can hang it or prop. I tend to prop on my mantle most of my pictures. This was last summer's I can't remember what they called them. It came from the Fat Quarter Shop, and that's a piece of the whole thing. Everything was in the kit except the frame, of course. That fabric is a piece of fabric flare, but I can't tell you what the name of it is. And I did not put the words across the top. I left those off. I liked it like this. And I'm toying with putting gluing some seashells on the edge, or maybe down here. I haven't decided yet. This was a freebie from Thread Milk Designs, and it's Jesus' Christmas ornament. And I got this frame. It had been professionally framed, and I ripped the card off and it tore some of the backing. I won't show that, but there was a pair of them, and they were 99 cents a piece at the Goodwill shop. but it had cutouts. They were silhouette cutouts, paper with some lace, and I removed it obviously, and I framed that, and I put it on comic book board. I made a combination pin cushion ort jar. This ort jar would hold yarn scraps really well, and I was using some yarn earlier, so I decided to throw it in my jar. And a few more things. I tried my hand at needle felting. I've knitted a handbag, a purse, and felted it in my washing machine, but this was a kit from, and it's not 100% perfect. I was just playing with it, but it came from the Dollar Tree. Well, $1.25. I paid $1.25 plus tax for it, and then it's got a little hanging. I think I'm gonna hang it on my tree. I have a tree in my craft room that I'm hanging all my handmade ornaments. Again, these were some black ornaments that I had made a couple of years ago, and I finally fully finished them. And it was Peppermint Purple design, and so I crocheted. I just chain stitched.
Changed the colors too, didn't you?
Oh yes, you got to pick your own colors. And my favorite color combination is that peridot green and amethyst purple. And I used this is Red Heart. This is my favorite stripe, and it's the rainbow colored yarn. And I just picked the part that had the purple in it, and I just chained me a long piece. And then I used it's got comic book board on the inside too. And then I have one that I used tatting thread to stitch. It was a rainbow color, and then I used the orange section. You can see it's the yellow orange and the orange. And those are my fully finished objects.
Sallie also worked on my Time for God bell pull, and it's by Lizzie Kate. I don't know. No, oaken. It's oaken, 14 count oaken fabric, and it took me 20 years to finish. But it's done. And got the bell pull part at the top, this part, the bell pull hardware, at Sandy's Cross Stitch on the Go. And there's a little dowel down there to kind of give it a little bit of rounded weight. It's not very heavy at all, and I'm wondering if it needs more. But in the back, we were lucky, and we got a new Michaels, and Michaels is new to us, and they had the really long felt, so I was able to use this because a regular piece of felt would not have been able to do the background at all.
And that's a thick piece of felt too.
Yeah, I wanted the felt to give it a little bit of weight too, because if we just used a piece of interfacing, it'd been too light. So I love this. My first finish in 2024, first FFO, and it's going into the fair, and then it'll be a Christmas present. Sallie also made these, and the first few don't have anything in them.
Right.
You want to explain how you made them?
I bought placemats from the Dollar Tree, and then I put snaps in strategic places, and so they're nice and springy. This one, as you can tell, nice and springy. Here's a pretty yellow one. It's a blue flowers. This one's got butterflies on it. I hadn't found sunflowers yet. I tried my hand at sewing a rectangle, but it didn't look like a rectangle. It looked like well, it was a quadrilateral. It had 4 sides, but it was not a rectangle. But anyway, and then I just put the 2 snaps. I'm still trying to perfect it. These are just facsimiles, or
They just have one snap on the side,
yes,
one at the top. The one at the top is where you put hook the key ring over it.
You put your ring for, and it's to cover your floss, just to keep the dust off of them. And you can put a fairly large number of flosses in. Angie's got some of those.
All my DMC
prototype.
Jack, get back here, Jack.
Jack. That's what these are called. These are prototypes.
Yeah. All my DMC is in 4 of these, and I've got them in numerical order. And so when I have hooks in my closet that I can hang them from, and I'm going to put put it in my pocket so I'm gonna put these, well, whatever. I'm gonna put
They're
these
clear luggage tags.
luggage tags on it and label it DMC and what numbers are inside. Because I also have the Egyptian threads, and I got the pack of 447 of them. So I want to make sure I label the DMC right. Most of it is in skeins like this, and then when I put it in a floss drop, it'll just go right in its place.
That makes sense.
Oh
yeah,
like this.
Like this.
Yep. And you know, I found out when I put them together, I have like 4 different 321s.
Well, that's a pretty
which is pretty red. I've got, you know, some black, some white.
Christmas red.
So, some colors like $37.99. I've got a lot of.
Yeah, I have a lot of that too.
So, you know, now that it's all together, I can find it, and it's all in the closet on a hook, and I can just pull what I need. I have 20 whips that are also DMC, so these will swell, and I'll probably have to use more and more of the things as I put on my DMC on these rings.
That's why I made so many.
So, anyway, it's a start. I got, you know, it took me a while. I also reorganized my fabric too, which I'll show maybe another show. But I'm very pleased. Now there, as you can see, the skeins are popping out a little bit, which is why we discussed putting
another snap
right there.
Yes.
But for dust covers, that's what I wanted them for, was dust covers and organizers. Dust covers for my organized threads, and this will keep it from being overly.
A weird bug just hit my back.
Oh, okay. Anyway, that's
Pretty.
what they're.
So
Those are
Angie is my beta tester
Yeah.
on any of my inventions to see which works,
Yeah.
how they work.
We first got the idea from Dina Half Stitch Cross Stitch, but she handmade hers with fabric and all that other stuff, and we found these placemats work really well.
Yes.
All right.
And the price was right too.
So I have one new start. In our chapter, we're doing
Oh, okay.
we're doing perforated paper, patterns, stitching them, and finishing them. It takes 2 different meetings for us to work on it. And so I started Fishing Penguin, which I'm going to give to a friend next year for Christmas. No, next year for her birthday. So I decided, well, I'll just go ahead and get it done. And it's called Fishing Penguin. It's really cute.
It is cute. Are you gonna make it into an ornament or
Yeah.
a magnet for the
I'm going to make
refrigerator?
it an ornament and put the magnet on the back in case she wants to
There you go.
make it that way.
2 in 1.
Because it comes with the magnet, so might
That's
as
why I
well.
asked.
So this is,
We need to.
yeah, probably. You might need to put it closer because I can't.
Oh, okay. How's that looking?
I think it looks good. Can you
Okay.
see the penguin? I did its clothes first, and then I did its face. But I do all the stitching, and then I do the beading. Also, this one called for three strands of stitching,
Yeah, some of
and
them
I
do.
just did 2 because I don't like 3 strands, especially on perforated paper. It gets caught, and I can't do my loop start.
Well, those
So,
pencil marks go away.
well, they're being stitched over, so it
Okay,
won't
I
be
was
a
just
problem.
wondering. And then you'll snip
And
around.
I do really close around the whole thing.
You're gonna cut. You'll
So.
finish that one.
We'll see. Depends on if my hands will be able to cut the paper.
That's
You
what I
know,
was wondering.
sometimes my arthritis goes nuts.
I understand.
Oh, I see a pair of scissors in this one.
I see
didn't know that was there.
too. I like
Okay,
those
this
scissors.
is my reading tracker, and I showed this last month that I had almost finished the first shelf. And this month, well, first of all, I guess I should show you this first. Where is it? Where's the piece? There it is. I did have the right piece. In here. All right. It's by Stitching Cabin, and it's a 104 book reading tracker that I started for my birthday. I've stitched all the shelf, you know, the brown part, but I've been finishing little bits on each shelf as I go along. And so it's stitched on,
Oh, sorry.
What's that called?
14 count fabric flare.
Yes, fabric flare. And it's supposed to, I purposely wanted the blue, which I didn't put it on correctly, and I ended up stitching on the white before I realized that I wasn't stitching on the blue.
I could only.
Oh, it's upside down.
Oh,
Might
oops.
help too. So I finished the first shelf completely. All back stitching and everything is completed. The second shelf I put in the 3 pink and green, pink or yellow. I can't see. Yellow
This doesn't help.
cactus plants. And I'd already done the green before, so
Let's see.
I just did the yellow cactus plants once I finished that first shelf, so I could get started on the second one.
Gotcha.
And when I do all the back stitching, you'll see that those are all cactus plants. In fact, every plant on this one is cactus plants, just various types. So that will, as I read and whatever, I've got 5 more books to put on that second shelf, but first I gotta stitch all those book shapes and do all the back stitching around the inside of the shelf unit. I did the outside, but on each shelf you have to do a lot of back stitching in this project.
Well, it is an English design, and they tend to do a lot of back stitching.
Yeah. So now we come to the Wonder Whale. It's a project that I hope to get into the fair this October. So I did a little bit of work on it, but I forgot. I'll do this first.
Oh, well, I was gonna hold it up while you were telling everybody.
It's by Al Florist Embroidery. It's on 18 count Arial, Aerial Ada. Got it from 123stitch.com. I changed all the threads except for the gray that does the outline of the whale, and I saturated them because if you saw the picture, it was really pale. It was very prim. So I took all the yellow and went to a real dark yellow and blue and made it a real vibrant blue, and I just wanted it to stand out. Love the fact that this whale illustrates that a whale can take a village through the entire winter. And so there'll be a village on its back, and the ships, that
It's looking nice.
go, you have to go whaling to get a whale. And
Right.
while everyone's against that, and me too, for the Native American villages in Alaska especially,
The Eskimos.
they depend
Inuit.
on this, getting a whale. Every village does. So,
And they use every part of the whale. They don't waste any of it because, blubber, the fat, the food.
so I have no problem with them whaling. Okay, the next one I have is When I Survey. And it's stitched on, I believe, Illusion by Mystic Fabrics.
Mhm.
It's a 14 count.
Mm-hmm.
I did another set of flowers on this, as well as the green that goes with it. And I did I finished the word divine. I had just the D on it.
I just have words on mine.
And the green on that is, a counting nightmare. You have to count like 7 times, and then you probably still will make a mistake. So, because none of them are the same. Well, they're not the same in a row anyway. So, you really have to be very careful with the counting on the flowers on this one.
And that's a Heartstring Samplery piece.
Yes, yes.
It's her
Called
Sunday Stitches.
When I Survey.
Right, but it's from her Sunday Stitches collection.
Right, and that's when I stitch on this. It's usually a Sunday, just enough to stitch on it and get my mind in the right, mood. And this is the last one. This was a new start last month, and I hadn't quite finished George and Martha.
So take it out of your, there it is.
It's by Party Like It's 1776 by Little Stitch Girl, which is Jordan Nicole. It's 14 count cappuccino Ada, and the patriotic gnome is a gift from Candy.
Mm-hmm. Our friend Candy.
So
Who
last
sometimes
month I
needs-
hadn't finished George and Martha. This month George and Martha are finished, and I started Jane and John
Adams.
Adams. Thank you
Sorry.
very much.
You're welcome. Sorry. That's
And
just okay,
hopefully the next time you see them, Jane and John will be done. But I have one question. Look at how much red has already been used, and the flag's going to go all the way across the top. Plus Party Like It's 1775 is in that same red. All of it's in the same red,
What red is that?
which is a Weeks Dye Works, I believe.
Lancashire. No, that's not
Nope,
right.
it's
Same
not.
one?
It's not. It's
General
Simply Shaker.
Oh,
Sorry. Old red paint.
oh.
That's what's left. And it's got to do the rest of the flag, which goes the length of this fabric,
Oh.
and it's going to be 10 people long. So, do I need to get more old red paint?
Well, the only problem with that is the dye lot might be different.
Yeah. And I could maybe hold off on doing the words at least, so, you know,
Yeah, and you can choose the different color
and
to do the words.
just do the rest of the flag with this old red paint and see where it goes.
you can
and
do the
then-
words in blue.
Yeah, do something else with the other characters, because there's only one other character that has a lot of red on it, which is Molly Pitcher. Her dress is red. But then it's just the words and that flag.
Oh wow, that flag does go a
So
long way.
it goes a very long way. So I'm thinking I might need to get some more old red paint, because I do 2 threads over one. And I think that this pattern is written for 1 thread
Oh,
over
was
one.
it? Did she do it on 40 count?
I don't know.
Let's see what the pattern is. No, she used 25 count, but yes, I think she probably did 1 over 1.
Yeah.
I don't
So
think she did 2.
I'm thinking I might need to get some more red. That's the only color I see having a problem. Maybe the white. But the white, let's see now, maybe
I don't
the
think I
white.
have any old red paint.
Where did I, what did I do with those threads? The white is,
Wow, you went with the overdyes.
well, this was when it was on market. This was from last year's market, and they had the kit.
Oh, okay, had everything.
So I did the kit. Where's it? There's the white. I still have quite a bit of it left.
has oatmeal in it.
Yes,
So
it is.
says-
I still have quite a bit of it left.
Yeah, it should be fine. With
But their wigs are in that color, and so is the white on the flag. So
that.
I think I'll be okay with the white. It's the red that makes me nervous. So
I'd probably finish out the flag with
Yeah.
the red, and then worry about.
I've been trying to do the 2 people at a time with get the flag at the top. You know, 2 people at a time, get the flag at the top. Work my Q-snap over. That's what I was planning on doing, but I'm just really worried about that red. Anyway, that's my last whip. I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's my last whip. And so next we move into stash acquisitions.
I have nothing, or I did not bring
Well,
anything over.
the
I
only
showed a
thing I
lot
got
last.
was-
I showed a lot in May because I'd gone to Annabelle.
I don't know if it's still on sale, but Amazon had a pack of 4 sets of
Wow.
3 full sets of Q-snaps plus a set of extenders.
Oh wow.
So, like, it's got a full set of 11s, a full set of 8s, a full set of 6s, and a full set of extenders. And all 4 of them for $50.
Oh yeah.
So I snapped it up because I'm always wanting more Q-snaps.
You're looking at 12.
I'm looking
15,
at starting
17,
a couple
yeah.
more projects because the big projects are killing me, and I need to get a couple of little finishes or something done because it's really bothering me. Oh, you know what? I
What?
did have one more whip.
Oh.
It got buried under my acquisitions.
Oh.
Okay, well, let me finish this other acquisition and I'll cover that. And look what I found. Researched all over for the phone holder and had to open a new package for a cheesy one.
Yep.
I thought I'd had it in there. The other thing I got was a pack of 100 acrylic floss drops. Whenever I start a project, I put the threads on acrylic floss drops. Once I take the skein off the key ring, and I can put it back as an acrylic floss drop. So that's the other thing I bought. Okay, my other whip, which I really am proud of, is my uniqueness. It's called uniqueness of others. I just call it my peacock because I'm only doing peacock. And it's on Custard Cosmo 14 count. And I love this fabric. Cosmo is wonderful, Ada. So I've stitched all the rest of the feathers on the second page. And when I finish stitching those, filling in those feathers, I will be more than halfway finished with the peacock. So, got to get started on the peacock and the whale so I can get them ready for the fair. And so, I got to get at least, like, I want to get them done in September so they can be fully finished, you know, worked on fully finishing before the fair comes.
Yeah, since you're a finisher.
Yeah, I have a finisher who's booked with dog sitting.
Yeah. I have a weekend open in August.
So anyway, I'm really pleased with this peacock. And I get lots of good comments on it from other Flosstubers who actually watch our show. I haven't looked to see how many subscribers we have.
The other day I looked, we had 230.
Did we go down?
I have no idea. I haven't kept, you know.
Anyway, for 15 floss tubes, 230, that's a good average because I know people who have 160 floss tubes and they're still at $5.97, so.
Oh, wow.
Then again, you have people who do one floss tube and suddenly they have 3,000.
I was going to say they're at 10,000.
It's very interesting to me.
It is. I think it's who you know, not what you know.
Okay, so the last thing is plans.
Yes. I plan to get back into stitching. I haven't done any, but I start an extended dog sitting job on Sunday evening, and I plan to have some stitching available when I'm there.
Besides the peacock and the whale and the penguin that I'll be working on next month, I would like to, I'm looking at restarting the long dog
fish and chips. See, I want to work on fish and chips because it's one color and I think I could get a lot of work done.
Well, it's dark blue and I'm using black and I'm not thrilled. So I think I'm looking for, if you know of any DMC that looks like silver gray, but isn't floche or metallic or satin or whatever, just regular DMC that's like a silver gray color, please give me an idea about that.
Yes.
So that's one. Also, I did 1.5 motifs on Summer Quaker, but I would like to work more on that.
I need to pull my Summer Quaker back out.
Yeah.
Yes. When I left off, I was working on the sails.
Yeah.
I started in the middle. Normally, I'm an upper left-hand corner starter, but because my fabric, and I usually leave 3 inches because I like to use Q-snaps, so you kind of need the 3 inches. But it was going to be kind of tight, and I figured if I started in the middle, I'd be okay on the edges and not worry about that. So I'm working on the full coverage part in the middle, and when I get to a certain point, I'm going to move out and start working on the border, I think. Give me a little different.
We have no plans together for a start until July, and then we have 2 plans together.
That's right, we do.
So if you'd like to stitch with us, we're going to do that big purple Christmas ornament with the wise men walking. Jack just walked around the table and he's going to make the phone go crazy.
Hang on. You hold on to the phone.
And we should have brought it to show, but that's one we're going to start in for Christmas in July.
Right.
But for our anniversary, our Flossiversary, which is July 24th, we're going to start the
Enchanted
Realms by
Caterpillar Cross Stitch.
Caterpillar Cross Stitch.
Yes.
It's already, you know,
Five
most of the parts
are
have
out.
been out, but we're waiting to get them all done before we start. And we're going to start it in honor of our Flossiversary. So if you're like us and you wait until the whole thing comes out, we've got the threads, we've got our fabric picked out. We're just waiting for the end of it so we can get started. And we'll probably start in the center. I will.
I'll probably start in the upper left-hand corner.
Dinosaur dragons. Well, you can't do that because it's a circle.
I know, but I can start and move over.
As much as I miscount, no way. If there were a corner, I love starting in corners. But if circle, I'm going to start in the center.
Well, I dyed my own fabric, so I'll have to look and see.
I forget what I got.
I
some
dyed
sort
mine
of
a pretty
purple,
lavender.
yellow
Okay, yours is kind of splotchy, right? It's
mottled
got different
thing.
Yeah. Well, mine's
So-
mottled, but it's a light lavender with a little bit
Well,
of.
it's very
Mine's
light.
hand,
It's
mine's
very light.
hand dyed.
But because the
Mommy?
threads look good on it.
Yes.
So we're good. We're ready. If you want to stitch with us, if you're
Or
waiting to
start
finish,
with us.
waiting for Enchanting Realms to finish, so you can get started with like us. Feel free to start with us in July.
Right. Because we'll have the 6th part in June.
So
be good.
I think that's the only plans we have. We hope to be back,
In a couple
twice
weeks.
in June.
Yes.
We made it just barely, we were May 1st, now it's May 24th. And
Right.
again, it's my fault. I got this cough that I couldn't get rid of, and finally had to get a steroid shot, and that made the difference in getting the inflammation down my
that's
chest.
good.
So it was like within 3 days, my cough started getting less and less and less. And I used my inhaler just in case today, because I was going to be outside. So just in case, I didn't want to cough during this whole thing, and I didn't. I'm so pleased.
Yay.
So anyway, I think that's all we've got.
Yeah, that's it.
So we hope that you're doing well and that you enjoy your Memorial Day weekend.
And remember why we celebrate Memorial
Yes,
Day.
please.
It's not just the cookouts and the family and the sports.
And spend the money that you would spend on fireworks donating to Humane Society,
Correct.
because dogs do not like the fireworks.
There are a lot of dogs that do
Actually,
not like
no animals do, but dogs especially, it really bothers their ears. So
they're very sensitive.
don't buy fireworks and explode them. Donate to your Humane Society instead with the amount of money you would spend on fireworks.
Correct.
Or donate to a Veterans Association.
Yes.
So
That's
there's
a
a
good
thought.
one too.
Anyway, that's all, folk.
All right. Bye.